Once this has also to be shown. I can show it now.
First it is not opening.
Ram Om
Net will check.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Why light is not there?
Maybe because the angle is different. Maybe you should come little further. No, nothing like that. It comes like that. This computer, little color, no, it won't come. Brightness is less.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. In that here everybody is there? But here, what is the reason? Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram. Not here.
Swamiji, from here you can't join, no? We have to open. Shraddha is opening. Anandashram Satsang means directly you can open.
Automatically it will come.
No, this is a different account.
You have changed it?
They kept it, not me. So we can go Anandashram Satsang directly. This won't go. Now Shraddha is opening. You can.
She is opening?
Yes, open.
Jai.
Swamiji, you come here.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Why? Not necessary, no?
Remove it. Audio was not.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. 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 Hari Om to everybody. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Now I have to go to desktop. Desktop. Here, you know.
No, you come to but desktop. This will be there. Hari Om, you can say something. Hari Om.
Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Yesterday, where did we leave? Any idea? Any idea? Huh?
4 points. She says 4 points.
You will see this? They will see this?
No, they can't.
They won't see. Oh,
You can see. Pujya Mataji reminded us that she wanted all of us to read it 11 times so that our mind would turn within to Nirguna Brahman. Kindly note this. That means after a reading of 2 times or 3 times, slowly the mind should be free from all the episodes, all the characters that appear in the book. And then we slowly try to enter the inner chambers. That is why Papa brought the first article, Ram. He introduces Ram as the subtle and mysterious power who is behind everything, who is the substratum for everything, who is now making us to talk, who is now making all of you to hear. So he is immanent, he is present. So that means inward journey. Nothing is there outside. And Mataji names it as Nirguna Brahman. When we say it is all pervading, it is already in Nirguna Brahman. Because it should be there in us, in every one of us, in every creature, in every
manifestation. So, Mataji wanted all of us to have this Nirguna Brahman. Wanted to all of us to experience the presence of the Nirguna Brahman in our mind. And she said, 11 stands for the transcendental truth. There is a special reason for Papa making me ask you to read In Quest of God daily for 11 days. It is intended to take you within. So far we got stuck with the episodes, stuck with the experience, but we never knew that the idea is to go within. Now Mataji gently reminded us that it is to go within. It is like entering the ashram gates. Once you are within the gates, you have nothing to fear. Likewise, once you are turned your gaze within, you have nothing to worry. Today, how many have started? One of the devotees has started this today. So before starting, Mataji wanted to place the book on the Paduka of Param Pujya Papa. Pray intensely that this time you have prompted me to take up this 11 times reading, and you made me know that it is to go within, and to know the Nirguna Brahman aspect. And 14 times, 14 times Pradakshina. In your case, those who are not here, you may devise your own method. What is important is to No.
Can you hear them?
Yes, you are not in a position to hear.
They had today morning prompting, they started today. 11 times.
11 times. Very good. So kindly remember the words of Mataji. I will read out again. Very good, very good. Here one devotee has started. Similarly, whoever is prompted from within. But the idea is, I wanted you all to read it 11 times so that your mind would turn within to Nirguna Brahman. There is a special reason for Papa asking me to ask you to read In Quest of God daily for 11 days. It is intended to take you within. It is intended to take you within. It is like entering the ashram. You may not attain Papa within you on the 11th day reading, but you will at least have started going within. It is like entering the ashram gates. Once you are within the gates, you have nothing to fear. Likewise, once you turn your gaze within, you have nothing to worry. So that was yesterday. Then we covered. There are, for the process of improving, this 5 months or 6 months, when we have been doing in-depth study in our own way, it has revealed to us now 4 important aspects. One is the preparatory measure, other is to simultaneously ponder over, and then the sadhana, and finally daily practice. So in the preparatory measure, the first and foremost thing is to become aware of His grace. Papa started with grace. It is not that we are starting. We have been habituated to tell this, but in our heart we should know He is prompting us. He is prompting us. He has prompted us to take up. So that is because of the grace. So that is to become aware of the grace. What all we should do, we had elaborate discussions. We may try in our own way. One thing that comes out is, when we become aware of the bounteous gifts He has given us, right from the moment we are born till this moment, through His other creations, we have become ready for becoming aware of His grace. So first and foremost thing is to become aware of what all that has been given to us, facilitated to us. That gratitude. Then comes understanding what Ram stands for. In the in-depth study, when we take up, he introduces Ram. He also introduces great void, only for one time. That we will take it up later. Otherwise, 99.9999% only Ram is there. Ram and Ramdas. Ram in the form of indwelling reality, Ram in the form of all-pervading reality. All the outer characters, all the outer experiences, all the outer episodes, situations, everything is by Ram. So we elaborately yesterday dealt with that. Then comes connecting the subtle and mysterious power Ram with the spirit inside. We have covered that? That also I think we have covered, yes. 4 points. Then comes the sense of individuality, me and Ram. What is the relationship, what is the connection between me and him? These are the 4 things which we covered. After completing the rest, we will come back again. The next one is reliance on inner Guru. Throughout the text, the message he gives us is to rely. That is why Mataji said inward journey, inward journey, inward journey. There was a total surrender on the part of the individuality. And then who is to think, who is to plan, who is to formulate, who is to draft? Nobody. Only Ram. So that means whenever the sense of individuality raises its head, it can consult the inner Guru, who is inner reality. So Papa says, we have to train now. Our mind is not trained to go within and consult. We always look up to the external forms, external factors. So he says, Satsang or association with a saint is indeed valuable, but it must be of the right kind. Internal contact must be established. Otherwise, there is danger of the aspirant's mind getting externalized and remaining attached to the physical person of the saint, missing the impersonal truth which the saint embodies. Without reaching the depths of the inner reality represented by the saint, one cannot reap the full benefits of satsang. Now we understand, we have attended many programs. Why it does not leave a deep dent in our life, deep impact? Because we have not relied on the inner. It came from outside, it may be there in the memory, that's all. Or we may forget the whole thing also. At the time we will say, hearing it was very nice. Even after one day you ask, what is it that we said? No. So all these things, whatever we are reading, whatever we are sharing, it is all external. But external guidance comes to go within and to rely on him. So without reaching the depths of the inner reality represented by the saint, one cannot reap the full benefits of satsang. One must take care not to fall into the error of thinking that a saint's grace can be won by adoring merely his body. Merely is there. Adoring his body will definitely help us, but we should not limit it. And serving him without looking upon all beings as his expressions and serving them with an equal vision. There is nothing more dangerous to an aspirant than a narrow personal attitude. His progress depends on the extent to which he is able to expand his heart and universalize his outlook. We remember, somebody told us, in good old days, I think probably when Sundar Mama was in OT, vegetables used to come from Ooty. So whether it was Sundar Mama or somebody else, they said this is for Papa. Mataji was pained because Papa is not only in this form, Papa is in all forms. If we don't cultivate that spirit, we will not be moving towards the goal. Because she was using the word Papa, we have not understood, And Papa here says, Ramdas never joined any organization for his spiritual growth. Guru within him mysteriously guided him and made everything easy for God realization. Then he found that the best rules to be followed were those which his inner Guru set for him from time to time. It is clear that our guide in such matters must be the Guru within us and not without. A clear-cut explanation about inner Guru, which he has been practicing, so that is why he shared. In some other place he also says, when we look up to the external factors, we don't look within. When we seek guidance from outside, naturally it results that we are not looking within. Whereas the external factor says, go within. That we don't understand. So to train the mind now, we have been trained in a different way. To rely on God within, we have to take extra efforts. Is this clear to everybody? Yes, It doesn't mean that we should not adore, we should not revere the saints. We should. They are the one who has awakened us. We have always a reverential attitude towards all spiritual masters. In our case, Parampuja Papa touched and kindled and made us known. So we revere that form. That's why he said, not merely, saint's grace can be won. One must take care not to fall into the error of thinking that a saint's grace can be won by adoring merely his body. Adoring his body will be there. All that we do, all that we have towards Papa should remain. The only thing is, Papa is in everybody's heart. Papa and Ram are same. Yesterday, day for yesterday, it was very clear. So that means he himself has said this. Papa Mataji is in everybody's heart. God is in everybody's heart. You are in everybody's heart. That inner reality, we become conscious of it through the form. Ramdas never joined any organization for his spiritual growth. Guru within him mysteriously guided him. Because he was purely relying on Guru within, right from the start. Not in between. Right from the start. He was very clear. You remember the second chapter starts with the dialogue. And then he knew God has pleased him. When he was intensely praying to remove the I-ness from him, he said, the purity of the mind had reached such a level that he could say the prayer has been heard. And then the inner reality guided him. And resulting in leaving everything to him, lock, stock and barrel, on the 27th December 1922. Reliance on Guru. Very important point. Now only comes. Right concept of the usage of Papa in place of Ram. To the devotees, the expression Papa stands for Pujya Swami Ramdas, who is endearingly called as beloved Papa. Unknowingly, we all got halted with the Saguna Swarup of Papa and not on his Nirguna Swarup. Though in our daily prayers we repeat, O beginningless and endless Papa, we never applied our mind on the Nirguna aspect. Here every day, no, we repeat, O beginningless and endless Papa, you are all-pervading, you have manifested as the entire universe, and you reside in everything. These words we repeat. When we say beginningless and endless, the form has a beginning. Before 1884, the form was not there. After 1963, the form is not there. So when we say, so that is why Mataji introduced this prayer. So that we get connected to the Nirguna aspect. Specifically, she brought this. O beginningless and endless. Because Papa in the first article says, birthless and deathless is he. So she makes it very clear and she brought out this prayer also. Whereas Puja Mataji was only using the word Papa in places where beloved Papa has used the word Ram. She clarified it later on. Whenever I thought of God as Ram, I felt God was away from me. But when I thought of God as Papa, I felt his nearness. So I went and told Papa accordingly. Then Papa said, if you can't think of him as Ram, dwell on him as Papa. So it is synonym for her. Papa stands for Ram, Ram stands for Papa. So that clarity comes, Inward journey, when we take to this reliance on Guru, this will help us. Otherwise, whenever we come to ashram, we will only say Papa's blessings. When some love offering comes, we say the offering is accepted with joy for the divine service of beloved Papa. We pray for Papa's blessings on you. All these words he used. Every time when we ask Papa, Papa's grace I got, Papa's grace, I'm praying for Papa. Many people come and ask, pray for this thing to Papa. So what does it mean? Now here is the time has come for all of us to deeply think over it. Because Papa himself has clarified, and this should not be forgotten by anybody. These words are so, it's giving us a punch, At the same time, beloved Papa wanted all to connect with his impersonal aspect. He said, have Ramdas in your thoughts as the impersonal, immutable, deathless cosmic spirit and give up attachment to external forms. Directly you do this, you will attain liberation and immortal joy and peace within yourself. Don't substitute a golden chain for an iron one. Both are the cause of bondages. Gold one, we can say our attachment towards Papa, form of Papa. So emphatically he mentioned this. Have Ramdas in your thoughts as the impersonal, immutable, deathless cosmic spirit and give up attachment to external forms. Directly you do this, you will attain liberation and immortal joy and peace within yourself. Don't substitute a golden chain for an iron one. Both are cause of bondages. Anybody would like to share any thoughts here or there? Just to ensure that things are clear. We retain our reverence to the Master, but at the same time we try to understand the inner reality the Master represents. We get connected to the inner reality when we prostrate before him, if we train our mind with this bhavana. Because the form has got its own influence on us. So we need not struggle to take it away. The only thing is we go little interior to that form. Inside.
Swamiji,
Ah.
morning in the ashram, flower offering denotes Nirguna and Saguna Brahma, isn't it?
Flower offering denotes
Ah.
Nirguna and Saguna Brahma.
Yes, you can say like that. Because it is through that form, Saguna Swarup, that you were attracted or drawn. And he keeps on telling us that you should have this Nirguna Bhava. So far we would not have done it, but now we will start doing like that. Even at home when we have the photo of Papa or Mataji, we do not stop.
Because of this present explanation, everybody should have that kind of feeling.
Because of the present explanation, everybody can have
Yes, correct.
feeling.
So once again we will read Mataji's words. Whenever I thought of God as Ram, I felt God was away from me. But when I thought of God as Papa, I felt his nearness. So I went and told Papa accordingly. Then Papa told, if you can't think of him as Ram, dwell on him as Papa. At the same time, Papa clarified, have Ramdas in your thoughts as the impersonal, immutable, deathless cosmic spirit. And give up attachment to the external form. Directly you do this, you will attain liberation and immortal joy and peace within. Don't substitute a golden chain for an iron one. We want to get ourselves freed from all attachment. That is called the iron one. And in that process, we thought, we will attach ourselves to the form of the Guru. So he says that is also a bondage. Don't substitute a golden chain for an iron one. Both are cause of bondages. But then, you have to train now. You are there. You have prompted me to remember you through the form.
Because no form of the God's idol comes.
Okay, it's all right. Yeah. Here the question arises. They say the moment we say Papa or close our eyes, Papa's that charming form comes before us. Absolutely right, nothing wrong. But we also now add one more. You made us to know from today that you are not merely this form, but you have awakened me to see the inner reality in you. Keep on, now we have to tutor our mind. Otherwise, we get stuck, halted in that form. We will not be able to see the universal aspect. Just like in any temple when we go, we stop with that idol. The moment we come out of the temple, we get disconnected with the Ishtadevata. Whenever we are in trouble, we may remember, we may have a photo of that Ishtadevata. Whenever we look, otherwise we get disconnected. Because the cosmic aspect, that has not been thought of. Otherwise we will commit the same mistake. In the Chennai house, they said, they used to put, the other day we shared, Papa Mataji's photo, but the person who came there for bhajan asked for a photo of any God according to him. So these people commented that certain people see God only in photos. Immediately Papa asked, what did you do? You placed Papa Mataji's photos, they wanted somebody's photo, that's all. So both now, get halted with that form. So Papa and Mataji emphatically wants all of us to go further, not to stop with. It doesn't mean we are ignoring or neglecting or disrespecting. While retaining our reverence for him, we are trying to get connected with the inner reality so that, it stays with us throughout. Because we keep on now telling, Papa stands for that, Mataji's words, Nirguna Nirakara Shashvata Ananda Swarup. Nirguna Nirakara Nirvigara Shashwata, Ananda, Swarup. So, and the Papa's words, he himself says, when he said this,
Cut off that golden chain through which had tied.
Cut off the golden chain.
When we are putting the golden chain, that also we have to remove. Otherwise, how will we just imagine? Common sense says, we get halted, stopped there. We will not be able to see the Papa in everywhere. Mataji, there are so many quotations of Mataji's.
Swamiji, from Rupa to Swarupa we have to go.
From Rupa to Swarupa.
We will read out one, what do you call it? It's not an article, one statement. The real concept of beloved Papa. Beloved Papa's presence is not only confined to the bhajan hall or homa mandir. He is not only all-pervasive in this holy ashram, but it lives and moves in and through us. Please. Papa is in and through us. We carry his presence when we adhere to truthfulness. We carry his presence when we are kind, considerate, and compassionate. We carry his presence when we refuse to serve even an inch from the path of purity. We carry his presence vibrantly, dynamically, forcefully when we live our life in a divine manner with determination, humble intention, firm resolve, and all sincerity and earnestness. When we are trying to pursue a divine way of living in thought, word, and action, we are manifesting beloved Papa. We are a vibrant center of that which the world knows as beloved Papa. We become a lamp through which his light shines. We become the vessel to hold the living waters of his spirituality, his sublime spiritual teachings. Let us not therefore confine beloved Papa Swami Ramdas to the bhajan hall, homa mandir or an Anandashram. Make ourselves a vehicle of his living presence, so that by our life others also become awake and illumined. They feel his divine presence through our life, and their life also is divinized. We move amongst this world of men as the candle, imparting our light to anyone whom God brings us in contact with. Mataji adds one more. Omnipresent Papa's ashram means the whole universe. It is to enable us to learn this that the ashram was established by beloved Papa.
All this is Mataji, sir? All this?
No.
Earlier one?
The last one. Last one only Mataji.
Earlier one?
You have taken from Satsang. Omnipresent Papa's ashram means the whole universe. It is to enable us to learn this, that this ashram was established by beloved Papa. One more thing is there. This statement came in immediately after Papa dropped the body. In vision, in 1963. To be more precise, September. You may not be having the copies. She has elaborately discussed about the Mahasamadhi of Papa. And after explaining everything, she also added that the Homa Mandir, that is the place where the body of Papa was offered. According to her, it was a homa. She said that a small building will be built for meditation. She did not want any images or any ritual there. That is the place to connect ourselves with the cosmic reality. We all remember when we were coming, there won't be anything there. One person will be there, that's all. Either he will be sitting or doing protection. When we all go, we go there, we touch the Paduka, holy Paduka of Papa, and do pradakshina or sit there. We may silently read something, small book, dwell upon it, and later on Puja Mataji started taking all of us for a half an hour inward journey trial there. But later on in 88, God made us certain changes, and because of Puja Mataji's sickness, God made some devotee to suggest that we will have 6 to 6 Ramnam, because there was only Home Mandir there. In Bhajan Hall there is a fixed program, we should not clash there. So that is how the 6 to 6 Ramnam got started. And naturally when Mataji dropped the body, when Mataji's Samadhi Mandir was all built, it was going on either of these, one day in Papa, one day in Mataji. And when Puja Swamiji dropped the body, we can only have one circle. So that is how all these things have come. But we should remember what Mataji told us. We need not go back to anything else. We will go with the present one. But at the same time, we should know that Papa stands for that Nirguna Nirakara Nirvigara Shashwata Ananda Swarup. And Mataji wanted that Samadhi Mandir to connect ourselves with him. So the right concept of the usage of Papa in the place of Ram. Is it clear? Okay. Okay. These are all the preparatory measures our IQG in-depth study reveals. Nowhere you will find Papa is relying on any outer form. So he was getting connected with the inner reality, the cosmic reality. Inner reality is nothing but the cosmic reality. In the cosmic reality he is pervading, and we are all individuals are floating in it. So Papa was always conscious of this. So he says, you connect yourself, when you say Papa's form comes, you connect yourself to this inner reality, which is nothing but cosmic reality. Inner reality is not confined to that body. Inner reality is there everywhere. So our attempt should be now to get ourselves connected with the inner reality, who is Nirguna, Niragara, Nirvigara, Shashwata, Ananda Swarup. Adi Shankara brought this out in the form of Nirvana Shadkam. Chitananda Rupam Shivoham Shivoham. I am nothing but that awareness, absolute. Auspiciousness, absolute. Shiva stands for auspicious. Nothing else. And one by one he rules out all that we have formed, all that concepts that we have in our mind about the world and about God. All concepts. Both are, because even sadhana is also removed finally. Ultimately, everything is removed. Then we come to the last stage. Papa's beautiful quotation is there. Now from here we move to constant effort to subdue me and mine. These are all preparatory measures. Again, we would like to repeat. Because in Papa's case, it was totally zero. So that is why he could rely on the inner guru. He was at ease at every moment. We may name it as adverse circumstances. He never named it as adverse circumstances. Because everything is by the will of that power. So the me and mine is the hurdle for all of us, even now. No? So let us see what Papa says. Beloved Papa says, thou art the sole protector in the world. Men are deluded when they declare, I do this, I do that, this is mine, that is mine. All our arm is thine, and all things are done by thee alone. Thy slave's one power to thee is to take him under thy complete complete guidance, and remove his I-ness. This comes in the second chapter of IQG. If we recognize this universal power and know that the power is responsible for what we do, then our ego will disappear and we will be one with the universal life and universal truth, and we will be supremely happy and free. Papa says, when he was talking about what is spirituality, he brings out these words. So long as this ego is in us, which makes us that we are everything ourselves, we are caught in a trap and we can never be happy. So we have been asked to resign ourselves to the will of God. Will is nothing but the power of God, active in nature, active in ourselves. Active in nature, active in others. That is the will of God. The power outside and the power inside. By surrendering ourselves to the divine power and will, we will release within us that supreme bliss and peace which is locked up. That is locked up, that is why we are searching for it. Many a times, suppose we are living and when we go, suppose we search for the keys, search for the keys of our own home. Or suppose there is a cupboard there, we have kept something. We wanted to open and take it. We will be searching for it. And suppose we forget about this, what we have in the cupboard. We will be trying to buying it. Oh, then we will say, it's already there, So similarly, we have locked this bliss and peace inside, and we are searching for bliss and peace outside. That is why he has beautifully mentioned like this. Through this, the ego in the individual will disappear. Really, there is no free will. There is one divine will. By surrendering ourselves to the divine power and will, we will release within us that supreme bliss and peace which is locked up. Everyone should give importance for these words, please. Bliss and peace which is locked up has to be released. The hurdle is me and mine. It is a mistake to think that we have got any power to do anything. In the Bhagavad Gita, there is a shloka in which God says, it is my will and power that prevails through the entire earth. And to know this world means myself causing all movements in it, all changes in it. And so he is at the inception, at the growth of things, and the destruction of things. It is one power that does all these things in the universe. And if we submit to that power and know that that power is inactive in us, then we will be freed from ego. And that moment we realize that we are the unchanging, immortal, all-pervading, spiritual, universal truth and spirit. To know that we are that spirit is to know Him, God, and this is spirituality. We are trying to understand how to subdue the me and mine. So the clue is given, we should remember, that power alone. Without that power, I am an perishable body, I am nothing. My body, as soon as the life ebbs away, what do we say? When are we going to take the body? Remember? Then we will not name him also. As soon as we hear about somebody's death, suppose we have to rush up and see the body, we will ask, when the body is going to be taken. It might be coming automatically, but now we know that. Previously, with him, it is not body. Without him, it is only a dead body. So that is what he says. The sense of possession is a great obstacle to the realization of God. The idea of I and mine must disappear entirely before the aspirant can find absolute freedom and peace in union with God. Verily, everything belongs to the Lord who dwells in the hearts of all creatures and things. Attachment to any external object narrows our vision, fosters egoism, and gives rise to the false notion that we are separate from God, that is, from the universal life and spirit. The whole universe is permeated through and through with God. The visible and invisible worlds are all He. There is none and nothing and none but He. All are He. Such is the truth. Where then is room for the ideas of I and you, mine and yours? All are He. So we started from inner guru. Inner guru and then subdue, okay. Then in between
outer form, do not depend on
that is inner guru.
Right concept of Papa in place of Ram.
That is very important. Right concept of the usage of Papa in the place of Ram. That is our biggest hurdle, probably. Even when Mataji said, if we find fault with others, you are finding fault with Papa, we did not understand. If you are hurting others, you are hurting Papa. She tried to make us aware, but somehow we did not. We got halted somewhere, no? So that is very important. So subduing me and mine is important. Usage of, as far as ashram is concerned, ashram devotees and IQG readers are concerned. When they come to ashram, they will hear more and more. They may not hear Ram, because we are used to it. We will say, by Papa's grace.
Swamiji? Yes, Papa's grace that yes, Mataji is making you inform us all this, the difference between Papa and Ram and God. Everything is now.
Papa's grace, Mataji is through you, making us to hear all these things, making us to understand.
Yeah. Because her words are so powerful. We never thought about it deeply, seriously. Because she used to say only Papa, no? And the form is also addressed as Papa. When we go through the Gospel of Swami Ramdas, the daily diary of the devotee, all these points were there. But even after reading that, we did not get the clarity. We, all of us, when we go through Papa's book, we only see Ram there. But when we talk or deal with others, we use Papas because of our association with Mataji. and the legacy she has left here.
Swamiji,
Ah.
what is a diary of devotee?
Gospel. What is devotee's diary? It is gospel.
A devotee's diary became the gospel. First it started coming in the vision as devotee's diary. And later on it came out in the so many days put together, it came in the form 1 rupee series published by Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. So whenever we come to ashram, when we go to the publication, the next one has come, we will ask and then we buy. So there were so many 1 rupee series books, and finally, I think by the end of 70s, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, some devotees, USR Mama and everybody, they felt it is difficult to have so many books. So we will combine this together and name it as Gospel of Swami Ramdas. And that was done, and the first publication came from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. At that time, ashram was finding it difficult to bring out books. So Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan came forward and they were publishing everything. You will remember In Quest of God, In God Experience, everything, Hints to Aspirant, everything was there. So they brought this gospel. And now, of course, for the past 20, 25, 30 years now, we have taken up the publishing of every book, printing the book, everything. So that is how the word Gospel of Swami Ramdas came. It was all known as devotee's diary. Then, anything else?
Swami, before we started attending regularly the satsang,
A little louder.
Before we started attending these satsangs regularly,
Ah,
yeah,
Papa's form for us actually praying.
it was only forms of Papa. Only
correct.
Only Papa's
Correct.
form.
Yeah, correct.
Clarity.
All of us. All of us, no doubt about it. Because when he prompts us to get in touch with all these words, then only we change our attitude, you know.
Swamiji,
Ah,
there is saying that the soul does not has its own death. It is alive.
Soul will not die, it is always alive.
correct.
So eternal soul of Papa is alive there everywhere.
The eternal reality is called Papa. Again, suppose we bring eternal soul of Papa, the moment the body is dropped, you know, or even before the body got dropped, he emphatically declared he is one with the cosmic. Even before he dropped the body, he could emphatically declare that Ram and Ramdas are one. And then at the same time, it's a river flowing towards Ram. He wanted to retain the sense of individuality. So the sense.
Souls of each and every body, when it drops, where does it go? The soul Papa needs to be
According to what we have been taught, the gross body gets dropped. The subtle body with its vasanas enters into another womb as willed by him. And then we again, in Atmabodh, the other day we shared, Panchendriya Mahabhudam Sambhavam Karma Sanchitam Shariram Sukadukhanam Bhoga Ayatanam Uchyate. So with the Panchendriyas, with the Panchabhutas.
How about the belief of rebirth?
Rebirth.
This is called rebirth, When we have not exhausted our vasanas, the subtle body continues to carry. In 15th chapter you will find it's making a mention about it. Then and we know from our experience as serious spiritual aspirants that this world is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. And so we are praying, we don't want to get into again this birth and death. Make us one with the universal reality. Until such time, this birth and death chakra goes on. Punaravi jananam, punaravi maranam, punaravi janani, jadade shayanam, iha samsare, bahudustare, kripaya pare, pahimurare. So one should get fed up, One should, what is there in this? All transitory, all transient. I want something that is eternal, not ephemeral, comes and goes, stays. I have found out from my life so far that nothing is eternal. Even my relationship with others, it also keeps on changing. What was our relationship with our brothers, sisters, elders when we were a small child? When we grew, how we separated mentally? Not that we meant anything bad, but automatically that came. Relationship, slowly the me and mine started coming. In every family, people fight for property, If they look back their old days, they will find everybody was eating, everybody was taking the common one, everybody has come out from the same father and mother. Then then they were all loving each other. Suddenly how it has come? The me and mine came and this relationship got stuck. So similarly, everywhere we find this transitory nature. And when we are blessed to dwell on it, this particular shloka is very important. And then we start, I don't want, please. Then, the question is, what about the vasanas you are carrying? Then by intense sadhana, by surrendering everything to him, crying, pleading, like Papa did in the first chapter, he cried. Cried to him who is the only authority to give this answer. For eternal peace. Then he heard. Similarly, we also should develop. We forgot to mention about this. The first chapter, it is very beautiful. That is also an indication. So we should be freed from the wrangle of birth and death. ஆமாம், அப்படி நிறைய சொல்கிறாள். இங்கே பூந்தானம் was a great saint, Bhakta. He also said in one of his poems beautifully. Everywhere it is repeated.
Jayanti Amma wants to ask you a question.
Please, Jayanti Amma. Hariom.
I can't read for a long time nowadays. Can I have an impersonal voice, please?
I am not able to read at a time. Can I have twice or something like that? Reading 11 days thing.
Oh.
Eyes are not allowed.
Now you don't worry. You try to go through this. Whatever is possible, you do.
Eyes water.
I agree. Don't worry about it. Is there any method by? Somebody can read, Suppose you join. You can join others. Somebody will read, and then you hear. That is enough.
Hariom, Swamiji. Voice of audio books are already recorded.
Audio of this book is already recorded. She can listen. That is what.
If she is alone.
She wants.
If she is with friends. Somebody.
No, she is asking Padma. They both are talking.
Okay.
Sundar can send you or I can send you. No, anyone can send me. Yeah, I will.
Somebody has called it.
Yes, it is there in Google Drive. In Google Drive.
I don't know that.
Google Drive it is there, Swamiji.
So we will try to hear who has spoken.
Swamiji, it is recorded in Hindi Hindi and Marathi.
Who by
and probably
record?
Gujarati also.
The voice came from who?
Who's recorded? Who you asked?
I have recorded for Marathi.
Who has recorded for English? No idea.
No idea.
We will try to hear that and then see. Because wherever not merely reading, we would suggest the 11 days reading to those who have taken up.
Yes, Swami, I want to read for
Please, 1 minute. Those who have been prompted to take up this 11, those who have been prompted,
Sachi, I will send for you. Okay.
those who have been prompted to read 11 times, it should not be a reading in the normal way. Wherever the punch is there, no? While writing, we can underline, we can bold letters can be used, but while reading, pause, modulation, punch, everything matters. To the devotees, the expression Papa stands for Puja Swami Ramdas, who is the entire ingredient. Now, if I read like this, imagine, to the devotees, the expression Papa stands for Puja Swami Ramdas, who is endearingly called as beloved Papa. Unknowingly, we all got halted with the Saguna Swarup of Papa and not on his Nirguna Swarup. Though in our daily prayers we repeat, oh beginningless and endless Papa, we never applied our mind on the Nirguna aspect. It should be slow. It should, wherever the punch is necessary, we should give. We should, that pause, that will help us. That means we are trying to go with the mind inside. So it is not merely reading. We all remember we had done this mechanically, 11 days. There is a tapas there, no doubt. But we have to, the idea is to finish. During Gita Jayanti day, there is a habit of chanting the whole 700 slokas in one go. Later on we find it doesn't leave any impact, excepting the sentimental satisfaction that we have chanted Gita Maya. But I have never applied my mind to know that Gita is our mother. So that is why it is said, because previously everybody was aware of Sanskrit. It is not there now. For so many centuries it has not been there. But at the same time we have reverence for that language, reverence for that great book, Song Celestial. But what happens? We chant. Initially we have to chant by heart. But later on, just like the cattle, when it goes to the field, it gathers so many grass and everything, then comes back. When it comes to the Goshala, it sits and masticates. It takes again and then masticate, to make it a plant food. So far it is from the field, it has come and stored in their body, and then it is taken. Similarly, we learn it by heart with the needed punch there also. The tune should be such that it should touch and kindle the spiritual fervor in us. And then the next is to learn the meaning. If it is not possible for us to learn 700 slokas, we can choose some slokas from each chapter or some chapters and then go deep into it. And mysteriously we have seen in our life, because we have not gone through the 700 slokas in one go, but in slokas which we have no access, inside Gita will guide us to this particular sloka. Whenever we are in need of any clarity. The other day, you remember, we were talking about Bijam. We only knew one sloka, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhudanam. But later on, no, there are 4 or 5. There may be more also, we don't know. Nowadays, Google Baba helps us, not because of our mastery. When we put that and search, he brings out one by one, one by one, one by one. So, outwardly it is Google Baba, but intrinsically, essentially, it is the inner reality expressing through Gita I. So like that, the right concept of usage we should go through. When you read, when you take up, let this reading session be effective. Mataji used to check up with people who are doing this. What do you find? And when somebody says, I find joy within, Mataji is supremely happy. On the second day or third day, all these things we came to know only after going through with the Divine Mother. Because when this was going, probably we would not have been here, we had no chance to know, and it was not highlighted also. But Shuddhanandaji was kind enough to note down and then put it in the proper form. And when we took up with the Divine Mother, then all these things are stored there. Because whether our mind is interpreting or a realized soul is interpreting, always we check. So go ahead with whatever way of chanting by hearing 11 times. What is more important is assimilation and absorption of the theme. The theme is Nirguna Tattva, and the method is inward journey. So 3 things: inner guru, right concept, and constant effort to subdue me and mine. One more is there, that we will take it up tomorrow. So we have covered now 7 points in the first preparatory measure. First is becoming aware of the grace. Don't worry about the order.
Clarity on Ram.
Clarity on Ram. Ram and Spirit. Ram and me. Inner Guru. Clarity on the word.
Mind space to be filled with God thought, she says.
We are not come there. We will come later about it. It is there, but these 7 points, in these 7 points, inner Guru, then next comes subdue me and mine.
Nearness to God. Some other point.
No. Clarity on the word. Once more we'll repeat. First is becoming aware of the grace. Okay? Understanding what Ram stands for. Connecting the subtle and mysterious power Ram with the spirit inside. Then only slowly we can understand Ram is within. And third one is the me, the sense of individuality, and the Ram. So what is Ram? Ram and spirit, me and Ram. And then comes reliance on inner Guru. Then comes right concept of the usage of Papa and in the place of Ram. And then constant efforts to subdue me and mine. We pray to him, you are giving everything now. In a ready-made, and what is called, when you go to the shop, you get, ready to cook. Straight away you can cook.
Instant.
instant. You don't have to prepare decoction. Puts this Nescoffee straight.
Swamiji, for patients, pre-digested food is given. So you are
For patients, pre-digested food.
Excellent, excellent. So let us pray to him. You have provided everything. Make me to absorb and assimilate and move towards him now. No? He is inside. Still he is away from us. We are trying to move towards him internally. That prayer should be there. So every Ramnam should enable us to push 1 inch towards him. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram